Hello everyone, this is Aman from Tech365, and in this video tutorial I'm gonna show you guys how to set up Moodle server in RunCloud. So in RunCloud we already provisioned a DigitalOcean server which is 4 CPU 8 gigabytes of RAM. Now we're gonna try to set up the Moodle inside the RunCloud stack. So in RunCloud stack we're gonna use Nginx Apache hybrid configuration instead of just directly using Apache. So that's the main point of making this video. So let's get started. So since we have our the RunCloud server installed, we're gonna create the database first, then we configure the web application, then we're gonna configure the rest of the part. So let's create database first. Add database. So okay, before add database, let's create the database user first. Add user. So we're gonna give it name Moodle test db user. Let's give a password. Then add user. So everything is looking good. Now let's go back to database. Now we're gonna create the database. Add new database. We're gonna type Moodle test db. So I'm gonna assign it to Moodle test db user. So user is granted to access that database. Now we go back to web application. Sorry, let's remove it first. So we're gonna deploy a new application. Let's give its name empty web application index file just. So let's give its name Moodle. Just give its name Moodle, that's it. Now we're gonna use it using RunCloud user. If you have another SFTP user, you can use it. So I have only one right now, so I'm gonna use RunCloud. For now, I'm gonna use test domain. If you use your own domain, you can just type your domain name. Let's just say Moodle dot whatever your domain name, and then you can set up SSL and Let's Encrypt. So if you are using RunCloud, you know that part is pretty much easy. So I'm gonna use a test domain for that one. So let's give it name Moodle dot whatever the RunCloud generated URL. I'm gonna use basic SSL, and here I'm gonna give public path as a slash public. Then PHP version I'm gonna use 7.4, which is totally fine with me. And then I'm gonna use Nginx and Apache hybrid. If you use Open Lightspeed stack, that's totally fine with that, and it should work. Now in advanced settings, make sure you change your time zone according your location. So I'm gonna type New York, then go back to here, max execution time. Let's give it 3 minutes, max input time 3 minutes, max input verse 5000. Since the server is 8 gigabytes, so I'm gonna give PHP 1 gigabyte memory, and max post size 512 megabytes. 512, I think that's fine with my need. So let's go deploy Moodle. So Moodle is deployed. Now we're gonna connect our server as SFTP using RunCloud user. If you can go here, like system user, which is RunCloud and root, you can change password and put whatever you need. So I already generated a password, so I'm gonna just connect using putty or terminus or whatever you want. So I'm gonna use terminus. So here in terminus, I'm in RunCloud user. Now I'm gonna check the directory ls. So log web apps. So cd web apps Moodle public. Okay, I'm gonna just enter on Moodle directory only. Now ls-la, so you can see we have public folder there. So I'm going to remove that folder, rm public -rf. So the Moodle folder is deleted. Sorry, public folder is deleted. So we're going to download Moodle now. So in download Moodle page, click on Moodle, downloads in Moodle. Then I'm going to download the zip file. So click on zip. Then I'm going to stop loading the site. It says click download manually. So I'm going to copy the link address. Then I'm going to type wcat. So I'm going to download the file inside that directory. So it's downloading. The reason I'm talking about using SSH as an FTP user, so you can unzip and move all this up, do all this operation much easier than using WinSCP or FileZilla. So here we have Moodle zip folder zip file downloaded. So I'm going to unzip it. ls, so I can see there is a one folder, one file. So I'm going to remove the Moodle file, zip file, rm, and delete it. Now I'm gonna rename the Moodle folder as a public. So now if I type ls, you can see folder name is public. So I'm going to create additional one folder which is called Moodle data. Now I'm going to create it later. Let's create it here. Moodle. Let's just create data. So if you just put Moodle data, hacker or the attacker will they obviously know that most of the data folder name is Moodle data. So I'm going to just use only data, or you put whatever in before that, so it will be distinguished from regular installation. So make directory data. Now go back to the web browser. Let's go to web application. Now here's the Moodle web application. I'm gonna go tools and do fix ownership, just to make sure that we are totally okay with the file permissions. Now I'm gonna go inside domain name. Right now this is the normal HTTP non-secure version, but you can add your domain name as I mentioned earlier. So I'm gonna just open this one, and you can see lots of error, which is totally fine, because once we specify the Moodle data directory, that error will be gone. So let's just continue from here. So installation, next. Now it's asking for Moodle path directory. So our path directory is only just data, not Moodle data. So remember carefully, I'm focused here that you put the right folder in here. So now press next. Now I'm using MariaDB. So I'm going to select MariaDB. So if you use MySQL, make sure you select MySQL. So since I'm using MariaDB, that's the one I'm selected. Press next. Then it asking for database information. So I'm gonna put all this database information here. Database name, Moodle test db, database user, Moodle test db user, and the password I created. I'm gonna give its name. Yeah, that's it. So now you can change table prefix to distinguish your installation other than regular installation. So for now I will just continue, because this is just temporary installation. So press next. So if everything is okay, it will show that redirection page. So now it's almost installed. So I'm gonna click confirm and continue. And if everything is okay, you will see okay in all these pages. So it's giving me, it's showing me a warning that HTTPS is not configured, which is totally fine because I'm just this is just tutorial and we are using a dummy link, so that's it. So continue. Then it will try to install all these things and it's gonna take 1 minute or 2 minutes, so we just wait in here. So the installation is done, we can review it. We just scroll up and it says success. So all of them looking good, so that's it. So now we're gonna click continue. Now you can just configure your installation process, like you can type your name and whatever, and then you can just move fast forward from here. So this is how you can install Moodle in RunCloud. Some people find this a bit technical, that's why I created this video. I hope this would be helpful for you guys, and if you believe that did help you, please put a thumbs up in this video and make sure you subscribe our channel. So that's it for now.